Hello and welcome back to the Radio Gamescast. As always, I'm your host Ryan. And today I'm joined by my lovely cohort of co-hosts, Alex and Alex, and Wyatt, who can't speak because of what Alex said, and Brett.
Hello.
Look, sometimes when Windows updates, it removes the ability for my fellow hosts to hear the music, and I think Alex is trying
it's gonna be a long.
I didn't hear the music.
It's gonna be a long
fill
night.
dead air that wasn't dead air. At least on my end.
No. It's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be 100%. A long night. So we're here for, as always, our yearly Fantasy Critic League. It's fantasycritic.games. Great site to do a nice little fun review score guesstimating of games and trying to pick the best games of the year. Every year we do some insane stuff. So this year I'm making us draft 15 games to start with. Which is far above the recommended number for this game, because I want us to come up with stuff. I want us to try to think of games that might be coming out, or maybe there's a sequel that we want to see that we'd like to have if it does come out. So we just have to make up a lot of stuff, because I think between the five of us, I don't think we're all going to know 60 games. Actually, 75. This many of us that will go on this list right now. So we're probably going to be pulling some weird stuff out. We also, this year, have 7 drops. So a lot of games that we can drop and remove. So feel free to get pretty risky with these. With the caveat that we are not allowing any drops for anything unreleased. So 7 drops, that is all you get this year. You do not get extras beyond that. That is your total number of drops. Yeah, so no dropping things that don't release.
Ooh.
Gotta be aware of that this time. So when you draft a game, be confident, because you may not get the points for it.
And you want us to make stuff up already?
Hey, this is what happens when you allow Jafar to win. It was Jafar's Rising Revengeance last year, and now it's the reign of Mad King Jafar.
He's turning this podcast into an improv show. Everyone look out.
He's turning it
wasn't already.
It's turning into a monument to his ego, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, that's what happens when you let me win continuously. I think I've killed Alex.
I want you to know you're beating up the infirmed.
Let's just say our publishers. So my publisher is Jafar Ascendant 1, because this is his second phase. He's Final Fantasy boss leveled up and gets a subtitle now. So who wants to go next? Alex, you're first on my screen.
Ignoring the red indicated bad checkerboard spaces in the boss arena on the floor, it's Green Jafara Knight.
Nice. Very hopeful of you. About Alex as well.
Mine is trans rights, because
something we can all agree with, I think.
It's grid, and they're going away. So
let's just be very clear there. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I think I want to make sure we're all in support of trans rights. I think that's a very important precedent to set. Okay. Wyatt or Brett, who's ready?
Well, I'll go next, because mine is equally as important and meaningful. Fart Machine.
Great.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Perfectly normal name. Certainly not jabbing at anything.
And I am the LGBT plastic addict, because I too wanted to make certain people who may click onto the stream and have incorrect political opinions really angry when they see the names of some of the players. So I hope it works.
Perfect.
I think it's a good way of going about it, for sure.
All right, we're gonna start the draft, so everyone needs to be prepared and in. All right, so trans rights gets to draft first.
Woo!
So this is the draft order is the reverse order of last year. There are a couple of, I think, high value games this year that people are probably got on their minds. I'm curious which one Alex is going to grab, or if he's going to take the same tactic as last year.
Last year was my first year doing this. Yes. And actually it was all a ploy to get the first spot this year. And for this year, as soon as I remember where the button is that lets me draft something,
Unfortunately, you still have to deal with the punishment of coming in last year.
Actually, I think I just need to reset my thing.
Oh.
You might just
there we go. Okay.
That's
yep.
Yeah, it should be at the top of the
It's
screen.
going to be Elden Ring, Night Rain.
All right. One of the top ones, I think.
Get one of the big ones out of the way.
Yeah, I didn't. That has to be my first one.
Makes sense.
Very fair. All right, Elden Ring
Really
Night Rain has
looking
been our
forward to that.
first draft pick. All right, next up, Fart Machine. Wyatt, you get to take your pick.
Yeah,
Now you get to say it every time.
that was my my ploy the whole time.
The weird thing is that now I get to put it next to Wyatt's name, so I can say Wyatt the Fart Machine. And
I mean, is that not what I am?
What's up with everyone having ploys already? Everyone's scheming.
Listen, we're all prepared this year.
how is
alright?
Jafar going to get to
Come with a
phase 3
plan?
if he doesn't win?
Listen. The only way to take down Mad King Jafar is with the sacred fart machine. All right, that's the only
That's
way
what the
we can
point
do
is.
it. That's the
I
only
thought it
way
was
we
with
can
the
do it.
power of friendship and this gun I found.
I'm gonna make some big moves. I'm gonna take some names, some big names here. I'm going Metroid Prime 4 Beyond for my first pick.
I'm going to kill you. Jafar's coming for your bones,
Actually,
Wyatt.
because I knew that would piss Jafar off.
Crap.
I've retained that game for 3 years.
I know. Yeah, really. What the streak has been.
And you
has
carried
been
it all the
broken.
way to the end just for me, Ryan. I really do appreciate it.
Jafar's going to dance on your grave.
I had a couple of choices here because there's a lot. There's a wide range of things that you can go for from the start in this specific case.
Yep.
Because at least for me, there's a lot of shit I do not give a single fuck about that's coming out this year that they've announced. So I'm really just like, I don't know. This
But
sounds
is
kinda
that shit-
cool, I guess.
But is it
Well,
going to get you points even if you don't care about it?
It
Fuck
did
no.
last year. Brett got a lot of points last year, and I think the only thing that really got me up there was I had everything release.
It's yes. A lot of my things didn't come out, which means they might come out this year. But something that does look like it's going to come out, whether it's good or not, I don't know. But I think it looks sick. We're gonna go with Claire Obscura.
Very
Claire
good pick.
Obscura Expedition 33.
That would have been my first pick had you let it get to me.
Oh, neat.
For sure.
Oh, no. Alrighty. Is it
On Green
me time?
Jafar Night. You gotta make your pick.
Yep, Green Jafar Knight. My pick, as still seething with the last burning ember of hope of Elder Scrolls 6 being somewhat decent in the future at some point, certainly not this year, Avowed.
Very good one. Yeah.
Good.
I'm
Very
taking a
much
lot
up
off
on
my
the
list
for me.
already.
Okay. So there's already a lot of big stuff here. Now the trick with the fact that I pick last is I also get to pick twice in a row.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good for me, I think. Because Jafar is
think?
aiming to win again this year. Jafar is aiming to cement the reign. So I'm going to pick what I think is going to be the highest score
The
of
Night
the
Rain,
year.
if you will.
The Night Rain, which is Split Fiction.
You motherfucker.
Yeah,
I had to
Wyatt's gonna
hurt you
kill
in the
now.
soul for taking my Metro.
Ah.
And now you can't have Split Fiction.
That was my next pick. You
It's gonna be such a good game.
bitch.
Yep. And because I'm Jafar, I can't only play from the soul, and I have to play from the numbers perspective. And I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably the single safest pick on the board.
Probably.
So I'm just going to grab that right now, so nobody else can have it.
Oh, is that so? Well, coming right up next, it's Ghosts of Yotai.
It's another relatively
Very good
safe
pick.
bet.
Very
Yeah.
solid.
Picking games that I know are, well, hopefully going to come out, but also are going to be the big ones before I have to start pulling stuff completely out of my butt.
Okay, aiming for things that we know have been announced for this year is not a bad plan. At least at first, but you're going to run out of picks at some point.
Yep. And that's when I will panic and sweat and cry. And throw up.
Don't do that.
You
sound
don't have
ill
to keep
enough.
going with
What
that.
else is there?
You really don't.
There's so many more
Fair.
bodily
I like-
functions to list. On air.
On air and right with the fart machine.
Before everybody else.
No.
So I'm gonna do something that's gonna give me points before everybody else. And I'm
curious. What's your pick?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Because
another one off the list.
Whether or not I personally find enjoyment with it doesn't change the fact that Monster Hunter World has 1 billion fans that will play this.
Yeah.
So
Wilds also looks like it's shaping up to be even more spectacular than World was.
It looks so amazingly fun for anyone who isn't me and just can't like the combat with how slow and sluggish it feels. To me.
Good caveating, so I don't have to come after you in your sleep.
See, yeah, you did the SpongeBob thing to stop the whatever it is that's about to fall on him.
All right. Well, it seems like the current theme is going with safe picks, so I think I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, and I'm going to pick Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, I'm going to be coming for you as well.
Solid, safe pick.
Wyatt, I'm in your walls.
I already knew that. Come on. You got to try a little harder than that.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry. I know rent is due. I'll slip it underneath your door at midnight.
Dude,
come on. Right.
You can't keep being late on that. Come on.
So now Trans Rights gets to pick twice.
This one, my next pick is a double whammy.
Yep.
It's one I think is going to get me points, and also it's keeping it from you, Ryan, because I know you want it. It's Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Oh,
see, I'm actually glad you took that, because I'm not confident this game is going to score well. I think it will be very good, and I will love it. I'm not confident that gaming critics will love it, because the Yakuza spinoffs don't tend to do like astoundingly well. The mainline series does great, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how that actually goes.
What are you going to perform on stream if this in fact gets a 100 Metacritic score?
I will build a pirate ship myself and sail it around the sea.
All right, so my next one, well, boy, first I got to say, I've got these notes which were written, I dictated in the car, and so there's a few things added here that I'm just gonna say for comedy's sake, but I don't think I'm gonna draft either Tiddlywinks or Peggle 3 this year. Sorry.
Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there.
Lock it in.
Peggle games are great games.
This is probably gonna be first of my oddball picks, but I do think this one will do well. I'm gonna pick before it comes out. I think if the stream runs much longer, it will. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solid one.
Yeah.
We're literally, I think, on the last day we possibly could have been for that eligible pick.
Yeah. We've been picking a lot of big releases, from a lot of big studios. I'm also going to do a big release, but this is from a smaller studio. I'm going to go Slay the Spire 2.
Ooh. I forgot that game was coming out.
Ooh.
To my
now
benefit.
Very excited that you've mentioned it, because now I want to play it.
This is where I bite myself in the ass because I like getting early points with things that I know that are going to come out. But then I just hear the voices in the back of my head, and they're telling me, that looks good.
It almost worked last year, Brett. It almost worked last year.
It almost worked. And it might almost work again. But I mean the hallway. I was very sad that I couldn't pick this last year, but now that it's not out yet, I get to do it.
Good one. Yeah,
I'm very, very interested in that.
All right.
I had that on my list last year. That one looks so cool.
I'm listening to different voices in my head saying, "Ooh, this one showed up first."
They all sound like that.
Like this grizzled.
Like your best Batman
No, unfortunately,
impression?
they don't. Oh. Where are the other drugs going?
Are you sure the Jafar Knight's not
where
the other drugs are going to Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Yeah.
Another very solid pick, I think.
Good one.
Biggest hype factor. I have to get a little bit more of those under my belt.
Yeah. Couple more solid picks, and then you can get wacky with it.
Yeah.
What I am curious is with 15 undrafted games, how deep are we going to get into nonsense territory?
At
what point?
I think we might have to get very deep.
At what pick? Is it 7? Is that where we start to descend into madness? All right, Alex, have you picked your Sid Meier's?
Yes, I have. Wait, maybe? Oh, what? Oh, sorry. I was on the wrong screen. There we go.
Sorry, just add it in. There we go. Gives me a nice little ding to let me know I can pick the right one now. Okay. So there's a couple big games still left. There's a few games that I think speak to my soul. And because I get 2 picks in a row, I think I have to pick a game that speaks to my soul just a little bit. Which means I still have the slot I need for this one.
Is this your soul or Jafar's dark and twisted one?
This is my own soul twisting through a little bit because the next pick is going to be Jafar's soul. This one, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It's got a big expansion to the story. This game, I don't think reviewed that well. The first time, to be honest.
But now public opinion has changed.
The public opinion is changing, and mech games are in right now. I think this looks really fun. I think a lot of people that are into mech stuff are really underserved right now in terms of wanting games that aren't like Armored Core, as much as I love Armored Core. And the next one is going to be a pick that I want to hurt Brett's soul a little bit, of which there are 2, but I'm going to pick Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Ooh.
Whatever. It's gonna be shit anyway.
That was probably gonna be a pick of mine as well.
Yep.
Hey, tell me, Ryan. Tell me if this hurts, Ryan. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
So I would.
Damn,
it does hurt a little
hurts
bit.
Me.
But I want to be clear, Alex. I actively looked at Death Stranding 2 and chose to pick Metal Gear Solid Delta instead.
Because it's 2025 estimated.
No,
and not a confirmed date.
Because I am more confident in Metal Gear Solid Delta.
And one of them coming out, yeah.
I think that
not even coming out. I think
they
will both come out.
I don't think it will review well though. So I see your.
Because I think Death Stranding 1 got novelty reviews. As much as I love that game, I think some of the score there is how different it is. So unless Death Stranding 2 is as different from Death Stranding 1 to itself as Death Stranding 1 to everything else, it won't score as high.
How can a game that has a cyborg Troy Baker David Bowie be similar to any other game that has ever existed?
Great question. Maybe I'm going to eat my own words. We'll see.
Okay. Well, if we're out for blood, I don't know if this will hurt so much, but I think this might sting a little bit.
Yep.
And we'll see. It looks to be pretty different than the original in terms of gameplay and graphics. We're gonna do Trails in the Sky, first chapter.
Ooh.
That does hurt my soul a little bit, but I don't think I would have. Jafar would not put that on the list, unfortunately.
I'm here to pick up your scraps.
Jafar's wrong.
Jafar would not put that on the list.
Jafar thinks too highly of himself.
He does. All right, Fart Machine. Good old Fart Machine Wyatt.
So I have a pick here. I have a question. I'm not going to say what this game is. If the game on its Steam page says it has a early access release date of this year, but then Fantasy Critic says status will not release date 2027 or later.
So Fantasy Critic tends to go after, as long as it gets a score, it's good.
Yeah.
So if it's early access, this is now this is a fairly big deal. So I think it probably will. So I'm putting my fate.
Also remind you have 7 drops that are unconditional, with the caveat that if it gets counterpicked, you can't drop it. So
I'm under the assumption, because this is a big deal to a lot of people. So I'm putting my fate into Subnautica 2's hands.
Okay, I think that's a good pick. Assuming it comes
eggs
out
in that submarine.
Early access. I think that is a good pick.
Yeah.
Jafar approves of your.
Jafar will remember this.
Thank God.
Your head isn't on the chopping block today.
I'm already on a shit list for picking Metroid. All right, I gotta
fish eggs in my barometric basket.
All right, Alex, what you got for us? Your
Okay,
double
I've got
pick
a couple
whammy.
of potentially risky picks. Not as risky as some of my picks last year.
Give me some counter picks. Go for it.
I don't think anything's as risky as Suicide Squad.
I really liked when we played this beta, so I'm going to pick Mecha Break. Another
Spicy.
Oh, yeah.
I did really like that beta too.
That existed.
So.
Oh,
and that looked like it was ready to launch when we played it. So
yeah, that felt really solid then. So
yeah. So next one, I don't think anybody else is going to go for this, but I am. Mafia: The Old World.
Oh, I was. Oh, well.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Our old country. Sorry, I had the.
Oh,
name
good.
That almost sounded like post-apocalyptic or something.
Oh, good. We are supposed to be in this together against one common cause, one enemy.
I didn't like Mafia 3 that much, but I've liked the other games, so I'm.
So
it looks like it's going to be a really fun linear style game.
I think I've made some pretty solid picks so far.
Yeah.
In terms of what are going to get good scores. So I'm going to do one for the heart. And I'm going to pick this before Ryan does, because I can see a little glimmer in his eye that he wants to fuck me over and pick Jump Ship before I do. But motherfucker, it's not happening. I'm picking Jump Ship.
That was that was a glimmer in my eye. Jafar's eye is too focused on the points.
Come on, I hope that really scores well. I'm really excited for when that comes out.
Dude, if Jump Ship is bad, I'm like packing up and I'm never playing a video game again.
Regardless if it's bad, we have to play this game on stream.
We do have to play it.
We've been looking forward to it so long.
This is like a dream game for me. It's one of those. So, if they mess it up, I don't know if I'll ever recover fully. So.
And it's back to me. Weigh the options here.
Got some choices, some decisions that you can make.
Well, my list has already dwindled down to 3 fucking options. So.
Oh
no. Then I mean, yeah, this the assumption was correct. This is going to be competitive as all hell.
It's gonna get crazy. We're gonna be dredging the barrel.
And we're okay with No, it has an entry. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm just gonna do it.
You can just type it in too. If you type something in, I will match it to the entry should the same thing come out, or like should what you intend come out, or get an actual entry. It will be corrected. I've
only played the demo for this game that this goes to, but I still need to play the rest of the game. But Chained Echoes is really good.
Oh,
and it's getting some sort of DLC expansion that I definitely knew about before making the wish list 10 minutes before we started. So I'm going to add it.
Wait, is that a DLC? That's not a second game?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
When I saw that, I thought it was a second game.
It went into the expansion. It went to the expansion pack slot, so I guess that's what it is.
So I guess it counts, you know?
Alright, let's see. Draft a game. I was quite feeling Alex's mech game suggestion, so I'm gonna let's see, pick one of the games that I was talking about for a little while ago. Actually, that's to be announced. I might save that for later. Whoopsie.
Unless somebody else takes it, be careful.
Oh.
I don't know any other mech games that I'm confident enough in.
Screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna take Steel Hunters.
Ooh,
all right. Even though even with it maybe not being my cup of very relaxing sleepy time tea, because it's an extraction shooter. God, that tastes.
I'm gonna give that game a try when it comes out because I want to play as a beast mode transformer, basically. So
very fair point.
It looks so cool. I just wish it wasn't PvP, or there were elements of PvP in it, because we all know how I feel about those games.
Okay, so I've got a priority list here, and luckily everyone's gonna let this game swing by. It's been staring at us on the here. It's one of the ones that fits into an unannounced category, and one that I think is very much going to happen, which is the next Mario Kart.
Yeah, that.
Because
I
we've
was
seen
kind of getting
gameplay.
through the games we know first. That one we pretty much know, though.
But we also know that one is probably going to be a 10 when it comes out. Knowing Mario Kart, it's probably going to be really up there. So solid points. Jafar approves. I think that's going to do well. The second one's a lot harder. Jafario Kart, yes. Because there's a few other things in here that I think will be big hitters. But we're getting to the point where I know whatever I let through is going to be picked by you fucks before I get the chance. So I have to really aim for things that I think you all will pick that I can grab and prevent you from getting. And there's a few things up here that I feel like a lot of us are wary to pick. Namely Silk Song. Because I don't know if anyone trusts that game's gonna come out ever.
See, I've been burned by
Nobody
Silk
pick it, and
Song
it'll come out.
for like
Nobody's
3
getting
That's
years.
exactly what's gonna happen.
I've been burned by it 3 years in a row.
That's your Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, seriously.
Except it's not coming out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for one that I really hope comes out this year, but I'm not sure because it doesn't have a release date. I'm gonna pick Crimson Desert.
Ooh,
Because that game
was
was
mine as
very
well.
good.
Yeah.
And
I
I
picked
figured
that one
someone
last
would
year.
take it if I did not let it.
Okay.
I feel like Mario Kart and Crimson Desert is a good twofer right there.
Let's see. Another one that is still high on my list, and one that scorned me a little bit last year, but I'm still very excited to play. First Berserker Kazan, because that is a actual release date.
The
now.
demo is super good. So
I played the demo. It was all right.
I was ahead of them. Okay.
That's mine.
This might make some people mad.
yeah,
This might make some people happy because it
Could take a
also
little
doesn't
Silk Song.
have early state. But I know that when it does come out, I think
Elder
it's
Scrolls
going to
6.
be big. I think it's going to be big.
You can't pick that. I have the rights on Elder Scrolls 6.
Alex does have the rights.
I'm going to pretend
Brett would never pick
to
up
be
Elder
normal.
Scrolls 6.
I'm going to pretend to be normal and
A
pick
normal
something
gamer.
that I'm surprised that nobody else has done yet because it's going to be fucking massive when it comes out. I'm gonna pick Bub Simulator 2025, aka Marvel's Wolverine.
Oh,
You're
good call.
so
When that
right
comes
that I
out-
didn't pick that.
When that comes out,
I'm really surprised
No.
Alex didn't pick that first, to be honest.
See, okay,
surprised
I was
that you didn't
going
pick that.
from
I'm
the
surprised that I
mind
didn't pick it,
and
but I
not
was like,
from
oh,
the
shit.
heart this year.
So funny you say that. I heard you say Bug Simulator, and
Bub.
what immediately came to my mind was something that I saw in New York on a billboard. They're making a second Bugs Life movie, but
No
it's
way,
live action.
really? Oh my
No way,
god! I gotta see
you're
it day
shitting
one.
me. You're shitting me.
I
I gotta look
fucking
this up. I don't
day
believe
one.
you.
It's a realistic CGI live action
I
Bugs
don't
Life
believe
2.
you. I don't
Oh my
believe
god,
you.
that's terrible. I can't wait. That's gonna be so bad.
Okay.
Can't wait to see how emotionless they make those stupid insects' faces.
Now, I feel like we're beginning to get to the point where we're getting out of kind of the big AAA stuff, moving more into AA and indie. I think we wanted to get the AAA stuff out of our system, and then we'll get to AA and indie, right?
You ready to make the jump?
I'm getting the last of the AAA out of my system because I don't think there's anything else here that I'm super confident in.
Yeah.
But now this one is a bit of a tricky pick because we haven't seen too much about this one. But it's from a developer that almost never misses. And so I don't think anyone's really I don't think anyone's worried that Outer Worlds 2 is gonna be bad.
No.
I think this is a fairly safe
Obsidian's
pick.
on a roll lately, so
Now they
Yeah.
are releasing a lot of games in a
I
short span of time, which is a red flag. But again,
oh, yeah,
I-
But it can be
Pentament's
done. It
amazing.
can be
Grounded
done.
was really good.
I feel like
Pentiment was great.
I feel like they can always learn from, mistakes and things like that. I think it'll be better than Outer Worlds 1. At least it'll get like high 70s.
I liked the
low
first
80s.
one. I know a lot of people had some issues with it, but I enjoyed myself with that game fair
Had a
bit.
good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. Somebody said Marvel.
Oh, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
It could be Blade, but I don't think that's coming out this year. It's Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra, a title I didn't realize was that long.
The last Arcane studio remaining working on something.
This was on my list, but the reason I didn't pick it is, what is it?
I don't know. I think this one.
This
one is for sure a risk for me.
This is because you didn't get Wolverine.
It's because I didn't get Wolverine. Look, I'm giving myself a little bit of my, like, I gotta pick a little bit to my tastes here, you know? Last year I picked way too much to my taste.
And in the end, Jafar can't make those picks. So that's what's going to be what does it end.
Yeah, you're taking them away from Jafar.
I do have a lot more confidence in that than, you know, Avengers and whatnot. There is a creative team behind there that I trust more. And one I'm picking for the points is I'm locking in my expansion pack slot here with World of Warcraft Midnight.
Very good.
Solid. All right, this next pick is going to be out of left field. I'm making this pick, A, because I think it'll be good, but also B, this pick is inspired by my lovely girlfriend, who I know has been waiting for this game ever since she heard about it. Tales of the Shire, Lord of the Rings.
I think that game's gonna be good.
I think this is gonna be a good game, but I gotta rep the better half here.
That's a game where, like, I feel like I'll probably like it, but I don't know how it'll score, you know?
Yeah, totally. I think that absolutely is how I'm feeling about it. I'm like, I think it'll be good, but I'm not sure if mainstream games media is gonna get behind it.
I feel like there's been plenty of those, like, chill farming games to kind of ready people for something like this. I think it's mainstream.
Our bodies had to be ready.
It's going to get attention. Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's such a high stress, you know, high skill ceiling genre.
Just like everyone was ready for Return to Moria.
I still have not played that. I'm actually planning on playing it in the next few days.
It's fun. I like it.
I'm really squinting. I'm squinting between a few different things.
Ooh.
There's still some pretty spicy things up there.
Yeah.
I know. And it's a question of how spicy do I think I can go? Because there's certain things that I just don't care about.
Pick Marathon, Brett. Come on, you can do it. Pick Marathon.
I would have like.
I forgot about Marathon.
I'm gonna pick Marathon, and what's gonna happen? You know, the like a couple of years ago, that one, like, the really obviously faked ancient alien that they found, and everyone and shriveled up. That's what I'm gonna look like the second I press the select button on Marathon. Jeez, I forgot that was a thing. Is it even in here?
God.
And I'm just glazing over it every single time I look at it. Is it even
a couple
in?
websites that says release date 2025.
I don't even know if it's in here.
Is there
that
game still
on the game?
Yeah, is that game still in action?
Go on, look it up and then hit the draft game button. It's the only way to find out.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'll do that. Yeah. Well, okay. A little bit of a crackpot theory, but this is another one that, if it works out, this could be big. This could be big for Brett. I don't know if Jafar is able to make these crackpot theories with his. I'm starting to think that he's run by an AI script, and you know those don't really have the the humanity in them to go
preaching
ape
to the
shit
choir
like I do.
Preaching to the choir.
So, when I expect when the Switch 2 cometh out, it'll have many things that also do as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of rumors surrounding this one. And the last one was very clearly bound by really crappy dev cycle, and
see where you're going with
you know, if Monolith was working on it, it could have worked, but they weren't, so it was not able to run very well on the Switch. I think the second attempt at a Pokemon Legends game is going to be way better. Because that's that is one of the things that I wished I had an ability to play. As I add it to my watch list instead of drafting it.
Yep. Yeah.
The menus look exactly the same. I now see the problem.
Wish you could have both up at the same time.
That would be nice, yeah, and different tabs maybe. That would be the way to do it. But,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's potential. I feel like because Legends Arceus was the most interesting that Pokemon appeared to me as a bystander for a very
And generally,
long
very
time.
well received game, just didn't perform great.
It's just held back by a lot of things, and I feel like attempt number 2 could be where it shines.
Okay, let's see where. All right, yeah. I'm gonna use my DLC pick to snag the Lies of P DLC that is slated for Q1 of 2025.
Nice.
Smart.
Very good. It's a solid pick.
Didn't that game come out like a while back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which probably means the DLC is pretty sizable, I'd imagine. Okay, so I got the fancy double pick. There's a lot of things to choose from here. I think there's a few that I'm a little bit more personally confident in, just because I like the franchises, and a few that I think will hurt everyone else by me taking them. And so the question is, do I go with hurting everyone else, or do I go with my own picks?
What does the Ryan inside you say, Jafar?
See, the Ryan inside me says something completely different, which is I'm going to pick Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2. Oh, wait, no, it's not eligible because it's already released internationally, so we're not going to pick that one.
I don't even know what that is. That's...
Look, it's the same thing series as what Brett picked and took away from me, and I was going to pick that to cope with it, but now I can't pick it anyway, so... instead, we're going to go with the pick...
pathetic levels of non-cope going there, Jafar.
We're going to go with the Jafar pick of Ninja Gaiden 4.
Oh.
Which I don't think anyone else would have picked. But I do think it's probably going to be very good.
I was curious about it
list.
because, you know, it's Ninja Gaiden, but also hopefully it's gonna do better than the third game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Alrighty. I have one other spicy pick that I'm gonna do to fit in the currently in early access slot. I think Deltarune is gonna be a spicy pick.
Ooh.
That was on my list.
First few chapters are out. We're gonna see if this works the way that I hope it does, but I'm picking Deltarune to slot it into that currently in early access and that hope that it releases this year and gets scores.
Hey, did I successfully pick the Lies of P DLC?
Did you? It moved on, so I'm gonna assume you did.
It looks
okay.
like
Okay, it still says it's available on my list, so I was a little confused there.
Oh my god, do we have to pick so much shit?
Yeah.
There's so much empty space.
Yeah.
I just scrolled down. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah.
You all made fun of me for scraping the bottom of the barrel right away.
We gotta get real into the
This year,
we gotta get real creative.
I've already got my ideas
preloaded. You know what I'm gonna pick because it has a definite release date and I've done a little bit of research. Fuga Melodies of Steel 3.
What is that?
That's a
I like that
pick.
I like that pick.
What is
the
that?
first
The
two
Fuga series is underrated.
It's oh, what's a good way to describe
blow
this
up
game?
dog children.
You stick dog children into a cannon and fire them at other people.
It's puppy Watership Down.
Dog children. Yes, that's a really
I'm
good.
sorry, what?
It's puppy Watership Down.
I'm sorry, was anything about
Did you
that not
hear me,
clear to
Alex?
you?
If you weren't sure, you blow up dog children. Anyway,
just move on, please.
What if furries got steampunk war trauma?
That really just wiped the room.
Scanning.
Didn't expect.
Ooh, evil thought. Ooh, evil thoughts are coming in. Evil thoughts are coming in. How do I put in a custom one?
Let them speak.
You just type it in.
Draft unlisted game.
Yeah, just type it in.
Unlisted game. I see. Okay, so, and we can do the made up imaginary stuff. Can that be an expansion?
Yes. Yeah, expansion packs are eligible, regardless.
Okay, so, you know, I'm gonna pretend to be normal again. All you people love No Man's Sky. It's getting a really nice DLC right now. I feel like those come out about yearly. We'll do another one. I feel like that's
I will say
pretty
No Man's Sky
every time.
I'm sorry,
No
did
Man's
you
Sky
say yearly?
doesn't get No Man's Sky doesn't get DLC because it's
Updates are like every 3 months. It's like every 2
I
or
feel
3
like
months.
Is it? Are they named things that get separate reviews?
they are updates.
That
They
will
are
play
not
this game.
so they do not get
classified,
scores.
Yeah.
So
Fucking
that
semantics.
I'm not going to stop you from putting that in, but it almost certainly will not get
But
scored.
it's not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna get separate
We're
things. Yeah,
saving you.
it's
Honestly,
stupid.
we probably shouldn't have said anything.
You probably shouldn't have said
wasted
anything.
it.
I'm surprised you did.
Just like I shouldn't tell you to maybe pick Light No Fire to make Wyatt's soul really hurt.
Ooh.
Now that I brought that game up, but
I don't even know what that is, but sure.
it's the No Man's Sky team's next game.
It's their fantasy version of No Man's Sky, basically.
It's one planet instead of
That's
1,000.
TBA though. That's TBA.
Yeah, I don't think that one's coming out this
Squinting
year.
at that.
That's the risk.
I'm
That's
squinting
the
at
risk.
that. That's the risk. I know.
The rest
I
of you
know.
take Jafar's ploy to pick a game that's
I
TBA.
know. I know. Do I dare make a deal with the dastardly Jafar?
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Give me 30 seconds real quick.
Yes.
Do some.
Yes.
Was this announced at the Game Awards?
Yeah, like a while back. I don't think it was the most recent one. It was the one before it, right?
And they haven't shown off anything since.
No, but the
thing
No
they've
Man's Sky
mentioned-
updates have been part of the tech
Yeah.
updates they're doing for Light No Fire.
The only thing they've mentioned, is that they're backporting tech from Light No Fire, which is genuinely, that's a super cool move.
Yeah.
That's a smart
Yeah, I mean,
idea.
why not?
Yeah. Oh, this is such a stupid, difficult choice. And you know what? It would be foolish to not be. It would be uninteresting to not do it. It would be
Yeah.
uninteresting. It would be boring to not do it. It would be stupid to not do it. Who writes this shit? I do.
Brett, do it!
I'm doing it. And now it's not gonna come out. So fuck you.
Oh.
All right.
Ryan, Ninja Gaiden 4, is that different from Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, or is that the same
Yes, different.
thing? Okay.
Ragebound is
that's
2D,
different.
4 is actual
Oh.
Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, dear heavens.
Hold on.
I shouldn't have said that.
Fuck. Yeah, right before you go, I am.
You really should have saved that to say until it was your turn to pick a game.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Look, I'm gonna level with you here. I'm very full of fluids. When have I said anything that has ever been considered
Fueled by
intellectual?
rage and cold medicine.
All right. So I had a pick, but I don't know if it's coming out this year. Fantasy Critic says it isn't. Although that might be just because that's the full release and not.
Yeah, I believe these are all based on full release, not on.
And it's
it might
worth
still
saying
get
too,
a
sometimes
It might still
sometimes
get
they
a
don't have the full story. Like if it's a smaller game, especially, they might have like a more precise release date on the Steam page that the Fantasy Critic site just doesn't have. For
Yeah,
some
the Fantasy
reason.
Critic is maintained by very few people, and I believe basically everything is manual. So
Yeah, so you can't.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's what I'm going
possibly-
to do. To protect myself, I'm going to put this in unannounced. Although
Yeah.
technically it is announced, so I guess that doesn't really count, does it? Damn it. Do I do this now, or do I pick something?
Yes. Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm going to go along with Brett. I'm going to make things a little bit interesting.
yep.
This says 2026, but that might just be the 1.0 and not, the whatever.
Let's get risky.
And I'm gonna get a little risky, and I'm gonna pick this before anyone else does, and try and hurt my feelings. I'm gonna pick Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core.
Forgot
again,
about
this
that game
says-
existing.
How
I
dare
did
you?
this one.
How fucking dare you? But it does say 2026, but that may be because it's 1.0, and this game is coming in early access first, and I believe I heard something about them releasing it this year. So we will see.
Why getting
It's a
risky
risk.
with 2 games that will not release already on his list? Hopefully they get scores in early access.
Will not release. Will not release.
Will not.
That doesn't mean it doesn't get a
Okay.
Metacritic score if the early access.
That is true.
I
That
got-
is true.
I got 20 points for Hades 2 last year, and that game ain't out.
Sure.
It's
all right.
that fucking good.
maybe some of you may see this as me slipping into my old ways.
Oh yeah. What are you about to do?
Cool.
I'm
Queuing
picking
up my
Dune
counter pick.
Awakening.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Alright.
I
Queuing up
think
my
that got
counter
picked
For
last
sure.
year. I think that is a very risky one. I think it could be really good. I think it's a game I will really be into, but
Hey,
I
can
don't
we
know if everyone will.
Yeah.
Can we choose counter picks already?
Oh, we will at the end.
Okay. They have to be at
My
the end.
next, I got a couple here. I don't think anybody's picking either of these, so I'm dipping into the indies for a moment to pick a Big Walk.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. That's a good pick. That's a good
That's
pick.
a pretty spicy pick.
I like that a lot. It's pretty good. Okay. Let's check the release date on this one, which I probably should have done beforehand, but you know what? We're here. We're doing it.
I also think it's really.
I'm also gonna dip into indie territory. This is gonna be my plunge into the indie realm. I'm gonna pick Cairn.
Oh, bastard!
All right.
My
Sorry.
climbing game.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's a
You're
momentary.
Jafaring Alex.
Mm.
I know.
Oh,
Mm.
oh.
Mm.
He'll never be as bad as the real Jafar.
I try.
Let's go. Oh wait, no, it's not me yet.
It's not your turn.
Whoopsie.
It's not your turn.
Can I
First, we
take
got
your
a plastic
turn back?
addict.
Oh, sure. You can take my turn. You can take my turn, and I'll.
do what?
Yeah. This'll be your turn.
What do you want
I'm
to
just
put
gonna
on
be
his
really
list,
mean.
Alex?
It's gonna be mean for no reason. There's a new Professor Layton game coming out.
Oh, I had that on my list too, just to fuck over Alex.
What?
I don't know. Nobody's picked it yet.
The
Nope.
reign
I
of
don't
Mad
know.
King Jafar. It extends.
God damn.
Somebody takes a deal from Jafar, they start becoming a little more like him. What can I say?
I think I
Oh.
genuinely saw a bit of
Worth the
Alex's
steam,
soul.
bitch.
Oh,
I think I genuinely saw a little bit of Alex's soul leave his body for a second.
yeah, no, that one actually genuinely hurts.
Oh,
Feel the rage.
it's the
Do
rage.
something about it.
Oh.
Could you say
I'm-
you're
I'm-
rage bound now, Alex?
Yes, you could say that.
Speaking of which, after he's taking a merciless beating for 2 picks in a row.
What is that? Just because I did that little joke, Brett? Was that just because of that?
I think so. I think you might have said.
You're gonna feel pain deeper than the likes of what you've ever felt in your whole life. You bastard.
I've had kidney stones.
Oh.
That's not possible.
We're really getting
Unless
a little
you get
spicy.
me pregnant.
We're getting to really know Alex today.
Okay, so Jafar is kind of running out of big name picks that he's super confident in. You know, Silksong's still up there. I don't want to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Far away from it.
You can bet as soon as a release date is announced, all 5 of us running over to our computers and typing it in.
Super
Yeah,
excited.
literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they announced the new Zelda game last year, I don't want to call it 2D, but
Echoes
lack
of
of a better
Wisdom,
word, 2D.
yeah.
I ran to my computer and spent $90 on my bid.
Also, I
That's
just want to
pretty
throw out
great.
there,
That's
just in case anyone is new to us doing this, we don't actually spend our actual money on
No,
Just
it's
wanted to
90
throw that
fake
out
dollars.
but
Ryan's about to
for
be like, oh, also another twist of this year is that
Yeah.
you get to spend real money.
Real
when
money.
bidding
It's
games.
pay to win
Funny you
now.
mentioned that, Wyatt.
for context, we have $100, I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Maybe
$100
150, I
to
can't
spend
remember.
on fake video game picks.
I was spending 1 on everything until that game, and I was like, I'm not letting it go.
So I'm delving into some picks that are a little bit less known. I'm gonna go for the Altars,
Oh, that was on my list.
which I think is a
Yeah.
very, very cool looking game. I figured 1 or 2 other
Yeah.
people might have remembered it from here, and I want to make sure
Yeah.
that's away from others.
Honestly, that was going to be my next pick.
Glad I took it.
I completely forgot.
That game looks cool, man.
Yeah, now I feel like I gotta round out my list a little bit. Okay. We're gonna go for another, I think, little. The Jafar's getting weird with this one. All right, this is a game I'm not confident is gonna get enough reviews to get
we're
scored.
Getting into that
I
territory.
hope it does. I'm gonna pick Skate Story.
Okay.
Which is the game about a devil made of glass skating through hell, which seems very cool. It's very up my alley, but it had to be picked.
What was the last game that I picked? Oh, right, Ragebound. I'm sorry, I'm lost in grief.
You're grief-stricken by Layton being taken from you.
Yeah.
Something you would have liked to pick?
I think you know Alex, there is, Brett.
Alex,
why you don't want to become a villain, do you?
Alex, would you say you were a little bit Layton on that pick? Late.
That was a real reach.
Okay, all right.
Hey, what can you do to me? What can you do to me, Alex? What can you do to me that will make me feel anything at this point? Do you think I care about any of these other games at all?
I don't want to make you feel bad.
What's the spicy pick now, Alex?
So many eggs are being oned me. I'm being egged on so much.
What spiciness are you going for now?
Talking about for a minute.
What?
Oh god, let's go with something that has a release date still up here. That's certain. Wonder Stop.
Ooh, good one. Good
All
pick.
right,
Good
pick.
That was on my list.
I'm wondering when the pain will stop. Never.
We're getting to ones where I have to Google it to remember what it is.
Yeah, I think really. I think Britt's really about to start the descent.
You're. Why are you so Jafar pilled?
Just remember, Britt, you can always take Assassin's Creed Shadows. No one's gonna stop you.
No one's gonna pick it. No one's going to pick it.
I was sitting here looking at it going, wow, how's nobody picked that one yet?
Which is funny because I know at least two of us in this episode right now are probably going to play it and have said...
I picked it last year. I had it on my list last year.
And have said, like, this doesn't look that bad, actually.
I think it looks pretty fun.
I'm actually having more confidence in it as time goes on, but I don't know. We'll see if I pick it or not.
But first we got to see what Brett picks.
I'm caught between so many options yet again.
And remember, you can just make something up.
Stuff.
You can put something there that you think might be possible.
For later to give myself more time to make things up.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot this was happening.
The second you say that, a Windows update pops
I will say,
up
you'll be drafting 6
computer.
more games total. Keep that number in mind.
Total. Including the made-up ones, yes?
Including the made-up ones, yes.
Okay.
3 made-up picks, essentially.
And the made-up picks... The made-up picks have to be done here, right?
Yes.
Or I guess they... Okay.
I mean, they can be added, whatever. You know, you can just make something up, but we're probably going to learn more games that are coming out over the course of the year to fill out the rest of your roster. But...
I don't know a single thing about Fatal Fury. All I know is that Multiversus won Fighting Game of the Year, and now is about to be the support is about to be stopped, so nothing matters anymore. We're gonna go with the new Fatal Fury game.
All right, solid pick.
All right, so yeah, we're getting into the weeds of it now. We're getting into the funky picks. A lot of picks that people may not have heard of, or picks that people may have completely forgotten about,
like
or picks that, or picks that maybe you don't even feel 100% confident on yourself.
Are you gonna pick Assassin's Creed Shadows?
No.
I'm wondering where this weird preamble is going.
No. There's a game that I want to pick that has a likely release date of this year, but I don't want to pick it yet because literally no one knows when it's coming up. But I'm going to keep it to myself for now, and maybe I'll pick it when we really get down.
Play your cards close to the chest,
to the depths. Yeah,
I keep thinking we're getting down there, and I look and I go,
No,
less than halfway there.
We still got some stuff.
Yeah, we're more
going
than
on
halfway
here.
there. Remember, we don't draft everything right now. We just draft the starter games, which is 15 total.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. I'm gonna pick this one. Comes out next month. Comes out right before my birthday, actually, which is kind of fun. Now, this is from a developer who has a solid pedigree, but this is a new franchise. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm picking Adamfall.
Very spicy. That was on my list. That was one of my
Yeah.
backups.
Yeah. We'll see with this one. They've shown off some gameplay and it looks solid, if nothing super
Groundbreaking.
new.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think that's a problem, especially if the game is well made. So we'll see.
Not the worst thing.
We'll see. No.
All right, I'm picking an oddball one, a game that I might not even play, maybe not, but it has a release date of this year and a developer that has some pedigree. I'm picking 2XKO, which is
All right.
Riot's fighting game.
Mm.
And
That probably
then
would have found its way onto my list if you hadn't picked it.
we are getting down there, and I got two here that I'm not confident in. One of them is Assassin's Creed, which I've spelled horribly on this list I'm looking at. So, you know what? I'm going to pick the other one. I've heard rumor from like a little bird who heard from a little bird who heard from a pigeon who heard from a rat that this game is good.
No, you have that power.
I'm going with Shadow Labyrinth, which is, for anyone who
Okay.
doesn't remember, gritty Pac-Man.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Very cool pick.
Interesting.
I'm a fan of that one.
Interesting. All right. Well,
I have no idea how that game's going to be.
this might be my last big AAA pick of the evening because we are running out of those.
Assassin's Creed?
You said that 3 times already.
I said I'm nearing it. I think this is my actual pick. My last big AAA pick, I think, of the night, South of Midnight.
Very cool.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool art style. The gameplay that we have seen, I wasn't impressed at first, but the recent developer direct that we had gave me more confidence. So
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. I'm gonna go my last safe. Not in that I think it'll necessarily score well, but safe as in familiar territory. I mean, if I'm just assuming that if the select button is blue, I'm allowed to select it. I don't necessarily know how much
Blue
of
doesn't
a
throw up
of
warnings.
a.
It might throw up some warnings, but we'll see.
We'll see. I don't know how much the Lunar Remastered Collection is going to change the Lunar games, but it's letting
You
me
still
pick.
have your slot for remake open, so
Not anymore.
very spicy. Good pick, I think.
It's gonna give me 2 points. Just you wait.
Let's see. Oh boy, this has a release date, so I'm picking it. Once again, this is from a genre that I'm not necessarily a fan of, and not the specific series, but it is also from a genre that I am being punished to play this year. At least I think this counts as the same genre. I'm gonna pick 2 Point Museum.
I would say so. Yeah, that counts. The 2 Point games are generally very good, though, so I do think that is a good choice pick. Okay.
Good safe pick. I like the aesthetic to it. I like museums. Yeah.
So I think there's a game that everyone here is forgetting about.
How
Granted-
far are you going to go?
Granted, I don't think anyone knows when this is releasing, and it might not be this year. But I'm going to take it because if I don't have it and it comes out, my soul will hurt. And I am picking Project Century, which for those who don't
That's
remember,
not coming out this year.
is the game that the Yakuza devs are working on that's set in like the turn of the 19th century.
Very excited. I don't think it's coming.
Looks great. That team releases games at a pace that's insane. So I think
You're
Pirate
right.
Yakuza's coming out. They're gonna have another game or two released this year, I'm betting. And I think that game could certainly be one of them, considering how good that it looks
Virtua
already.
Fighter, though.
Virtua Fighter. We didn't see gameplay for Virtua Fighter. Well, we
I thought we
kind of
did.
did. We kind of
For
did.
2
But
seconds, that was on a TV in the background.
we saw more Project Century than Virtua Fighter, I think.
True.
So
Okay. All right.
I don't know which one will come out first, but I think they're
You're-
probably roughly.
You're
the
making me
same
regret
level
not
of
picking
done.
it. So.
Granted, I do think that was a risky pick, and I'm betting it's going to get counterpicked. So we'll see. There's another game that of a similar type. I think has looked very cool. I think a lot of us are going to remember it as soon as I pick it, and everyone sees and is sad, which is Phantom Blade Zero.
Mm-hmm.
That really rad looking
You're right,
martial
I did forget
arts
that.
action game.
That was on my list.
Let's see.
I
How
have to get rid of it.
I-
That boss fight looked awesome.
I think we all have, at least, from where we went to college
Yep.
together, I think we all have experience with games that, take the bit a little too far. A certain game comes to mind when I say this, I'm sure.
Don't you dare touch my Borderlands.
No, I physically can't. That is against the rules. I can't do that.
Literally can't.
No. What I'm talking about is, let's say we take dating games to their logical extreme.
God.
Oh, I think I know where he's going with this.
Yeah.
I'm willing
I like
to
the look
bet.
of this game.
I'm willing to bet on the joke here.
Mhm.
I think there's
Mhm.
gonna be some good writing behind this, despite the incredible amount of options that there's going to be. I think it's going to be truly staggering, the objects that I can fall in love with.
Good old date everything.
Yep. Date everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the actual name.
We all knew what you were talking about.
We all knew what you were talking about, but I like to make sure the name is said for the sake of the recording.
Yeah.
To make sure it's easy to find the games.
Okay. Before we get into semi-fantasy land, and everybody makes fun of me for making things up that will come out in 5 years from now, even if they are announced this year. There's a little indie game that I've played the demo of, and it's been playable for a couple of years, and I did not realize that it was planned to come out this
Yeah.
year, but it's called Unbeatable, and it's like a kind of a rhythm action kind of, but not the same way that Hi-Fi Rush is. You do play along to music, but it's more like a Guitar Hero, but you're fighting while doing it. Kind of thing. I'm explaining it very poorly, but the art style looks really good. Is the reason that I like it. So
Very good.
Alright.
Fart
Rift of the
Machine.
Necrodancer has a score already.
Quick, just behind the scenes question. Fart Machine, why does my thing say you only have 9 games drafted?
Because there's 2 games on his list that aren't releasing.
Okay.
That it will not release next to them, so they don't count on the list.
Okay.
So I have a. Okay, if you want to do an unannounced thing, you do draft unlisted game, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me just type this in here. All right. So, this is what I and many people have been begging for many years. And there's not even any rumors of this happening. But oh my God, if it does happen this year, or at least is announced this year, the fact that I get this all to myself is very exciting. Some sort of 2D or 3D Zelda collection. Come on, Nintendo. Come on. New console coming out. New Switch. Give us a goddamn Zelda collection, for God's sake.
So,
why is that in regular?
question.
Shit.
Relevant question.
Ryan can do it after. Don't worry about it.
I have Twilight Princess Remaster / Port for Switch 2 on my list.
Bitch.
Does that count?
No.
Because of the Zelda collection.
No. This is a collection of Zelda games, not one specific game.
Yeah.
I would argue that it's two separate things.
I'd say there's two separate
Stop
things.
it.
I do think so. Alex, you have not picked your remake. So if a Zelda thing comes out, it would go in that slot. So if you want to pick the unannounced Zelda thing that you think is coming, feel free to do it. Because I'll remind people.
But it would have to be specifically that remake, though.
It would, yeah. Yes. But that also would if default to him getting it, right? So like if you say collection, you get it if it's a collection. If it is just Twilight Princess and it's a port, Alex gets it.
But it has to be Twilight Princess. It can't be
it has to be Twilight Princess.
Wind Waker, and then he gets it. No.
Yeah.
It's
my question is, what is it? What if it's included in a Wind Waker?
Doesn't count because it's a collection of games and not.
I will say. So what I will say, if that happens, we'll figure something out. am inclined to do is say that both of you get the points. For them, if it's like something crazy like that happens, I doubt it will, but.
All right,
we'll see.
All right, maybe we'll do like a 1v1 in something.
Yeah, we'll 1v1 for the game, and then someone gets a slot back.
1v1 on Rust, bro.
Yeah, and I remind people, so you do not have to draft your unannounced games now. It's probably best to do so because more games are going to get announced over the course of the year, and you need to have 3 unannounced games. We've got 3 picks left for everyone after you pick your next game, Alex.
Is it going to really mess with things if I move? Because it's in, for me, it's in the regular slot and on unannounced slot. Is it going to mess with things if I go in and move it right now?
No, you're fine. I've been doing that as we've been going on, moving things around.
So
Alex, this is your 12th pick. You just picked an unannounced thing, so you've got 2 more unannounced things. You've got 3 picks left total.
Yeah, I have another unannounced pick I'm going to do. This is basically a prediction for a game coming when or soon after the Switch 2 comes out. It's going to be Splatoon 4.
Ooh.
I think it's a good call. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a long time since Splatoon 3, and stuff has to come out with the Switch 2, right?
Switch 2's got to have games, right? It's got to have games. I mean...
They can't PS5 it. It has to have games.
Did we talk about what we think the launch title for the... Oh, well, no, it's going to be that Mario Kart thing, right?
Yeah, we talked a little bit. It just as I think Mario Kart is like the main line thing that we're all guessing. Yeah. Okay. Brett. No, this is Wyatt. Fart Machine. First unannounced title.
It's me? Wait.
Yeah, it's you.
Wait, that was my first unannounced title.
Oh, you picked the Zelda collection. Okay, second unannounced title or other game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I wasn't quite prepared. My bad.
Now you're on the spot.
I know, I'm on the spot. How embarrassing. Hold on. Okay. Now this pick is tricky because typically this developer has a very good track record up until very, very recently. And I think I almost have to pick this because of the name of my publisher this year. I'm going with Possessors, which, if you remember, is the other project that Heart Machine is working on at the moment.
I did not remember that.
Yes, so they're working on... So obviously, with the release of Hyper Light Breaker, that kind of throws this game's quality into question.
I would say that.
But hey, it seems like a game and not this weird roguelike extraction shooter garbage. So maybe it has more of a chance.
Time to go to Crazy Town.
Oh boy. Are you getting Gary Busey'd up?
And by Crazy Town, I mean exactly what you expected.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna get the obvious one out of the way. Final Fantasy IX Remake didn't come out this year, but this time it'll come out, right, guys? It was
for sure. I believe I'm with you, Brett.
Come on, guys.
I feel like this is becoming your Silk song.
I think Brett's voice is getting higher from all the copium he's huffing.
It's real. Just to find it. I know it does have an entry in here.
It's okay if it has an entry. I think a lot of big series will have an unannounced game entry just for you to toss one in. Feel free to just grab that instead of typing your own thing in.
Oh, and it goes right to unannounced game anyway. Thank you so much, technology.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are absolutely
Tell
solid
you
grabs.
what, tell you what I'm gonna pick, and you know what? Let's go. Sorry, I can't talk and type at the same time.
Are you going for a dream game, Alex? Are you aiming for an unannounced?
I am indeed going for. Well, I have to go for an unannounced, right?
Well, you got to fill the 3 unannounced slots, no matter what. So
Yeah. I am going to go for, because there's been a lot of talk in the news about this, and not a lick of talk from the developer.
what happened?
Jesus fucking
A man dies on stream.
I need more liquids.
Full dead.
And you know how I'm going to get them is immediately crawling out of the tutorial of the unannounced remake of this next game and falling into a river right outside an alien ruin. Unannounced Industrial Oblivion remake. What a segue. I don't.
I don't even know what you said. I don't even know what your actual game was. I couldn't even understand
What
it.
happened?
Hang on.
The man has died.
I think he's dead.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake unannounced.
I believe I want it so badly.
Yeah. While the next person picks, I have to go get more water.
I think he's fine. I think
He's
he'll be okay.
We'll see if he comes back.
If he comes back.
He walks in the frame, but he just falls into his chair.
I'm just imagining like a paler, more sickly version of him.
He comes off screen, he's just right into his chair.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
All right. I have 2 unannounced games that I think are very likely either this year or next year. Whether or not we see them coming out, who the hell knows? I think Resident Evil 9 is very likely. Because we've gotten the RE remakes. I think Capcom has said that they want to focus in on a new game for the next one. So I am hopeful that Resident Evil 9 is on the list. I also have a couple other favorites for unannounced games. There's a couple of heart picks and there's a couple of mainline things that I think are actually probably going to happen. And I think I have to go with things that I think are actually going to happen this time, unfortunately. Which means I think an unannounced mainline 3D Mario game is probably going to happen.
Yeah, I had that on my list too.
Whether or not that's this year is the big question. Because I think
we're all gonna be screwed if the release date of the Switch 2 is December 31st.
But I also think if someone counterpicks a 3D Mario game, they're insane. So
the only person capable of doing such a thing here is Alex.
Speaking of Alex, it's your pick. Not an announced game.
Well, let's go with some more Switch wishful thinking. I'm going to say unannounced Animal Crossing game?
I like that. I like that pick.
Okay.
I'd like to see another one.
I think it's too soon, but that's a good pick.
Is it though?
They usually come out once in a console generation.
Yeah, they're pretty consistent about being like near release on a new console. But the question is, does Nintendo see the Switch 2 as a new console? Or did they see it as an extension of the Switch 1 in terms of game development?
Yeah, what are the chances we just get another Animal Crossing DLC?
0. I think that is absolutely not going to happen.
I think, Animal Crossing doesn't get DLC, right? They get updates?
I mean, it had one for Switch.
Got an expansion.
Oh, what? Wait,
yeah,
what?
The Switch version got an expansion. It like added a bunch of, I think, extra island exploration. It's cool. It's a fun little expansion.
Oh, wow. Oh, neat.
Okay. I'm in Dreamland. But I know that English voice actors have been credited for their roles in this game. It has not been announced anywhere yet, but I know it's being worked on. I know in my heart of hearts that when it comes out, I'm not going to be able to do anything else for weeks until I play it so much that I never want to play it ever again.
All right.
That is the next Ace Combat game.
That was my heart pick that I didn't choose, Brett.
It's been a long time.
Ryan, you and me together. We're going into the fucking void together.
I believe in that one.
That game is old enough. I just picked up the most recent game for less than $5.
Yeah. But with the base version, probably without the DLC.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Still so good, dude.
All right. Okay. So I'm doing an unannounced pick here. Now I'm gonna try and be sneaky and leave this as vague as possible, because there's a couple different routes that this could take, and I want to be able to cover as many of them as possible. My unannounced, completely just pulled out of my own ass pick. Next Halo game, next Halo project. Whether that takes the form of a CE remake or the next sort of upcoming.
So I'm okay with the vagueness. I will ask you one thing: Is this what studio makes this? Is it Halo Studios or is it something else? I'm gonna lock you to that. Halo Studios or not?
That's a good question.
Because I think that restricts this enough to be whether or not it's completely feasible. But
because there's a couple funky things going on with Halo stuff right now. I'm gonna say from Halo Studios. I'm locking in Halo Studios because they're working on a lot. There's some sort of follow-up to Infinite from what the rumors are saying, and there may be some sort of CE remake, which I think would be a very stupid waste of time and resources, but that's besides the point. If it happens, I'm locking it in.
All right, locking in the Halo Studios game.
Yep, and it went to fucking regular again. God damn it.
Now,
Ryan, it'll just do that.
You can just move them
to
around.
confirm, I am on my last picks. Am I not?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
This is your
Because I picked two in a row, and I believe I have two remaining.
Yes,
Okay.
so you'll have one unannounced and one can be an announced game.
All right. Well, this one is an announced game. Very, very risky on the date, but I believe it will be very well received when it comes out. I'm picking Haunted Chocolatier.
Huh.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Not confident that's coming out this year, but I like the pick.
No, I'm not either, but we're getting there. So, my next one is something this is really going to be throwing shit at the wall. This is a real wishful thinking one.
The territory we're in. That's the territory we're in.
Okay. Is there a real? Sorry, I'm having a moment here for my last pick. Yeah.
Wait, so does everyone else get one more pick after this? Is that?
Was our last?
I lost the unannounced games.
Then do we pick any counter picks right now?
Yes, we will pick 3 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Am I gonna go with that? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make a unlisted game here, and I'm gonna say that because it's the success of Baldur's Gate 3 and the new Hasbro CEO's wish to pivot into gaming more, I'm gonna bet that there will be another Dungeons and Dragons video game of some kind this year.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Dungeons and Dragons video game, I think is a very fair guess.
Solid.
Sorry, I'm typing out because.
Now, while he's typing this out, I do have a question. So, any of the unannounced stuff that we did last year, if something is announced this year, that's given to us, right?
Nobody else can pick it. Yeah, so
is
full year, nobody can pick any of those except for you. So.
So if because one of my picks last year was Advance Wars 4, right?
If that happens, nobody else can pick it, only you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then I
so
think
those are back pocket picks you can keep.
Okay. All right. Then I'm okay. All right. Okay. Then I'm going to pick something that probably doesn't come out this year. If it does, that's sweet. But it's a high possibility that it comes out next year, which means I'll have it in my back pocket ready to go.
Unless the rules change again and this means nothing.
Which if it does, I'm going to complain to the manager.
Well, the manager's Jafar, so I don't know how,
Yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to go.
Well, we'll see who
He's gonna
wins.
turn you into a snake.
We'll see who wins. You know, Jafar may be he may be dethroned. We don't know. I'm writing this in. Hold on. Okay. So I don't think this is going to come out this year. But like I said, I am putting it in my back pocket for next year. I'm picking Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. It would be sweet if it comes out this year. More likely if it comes out next year, but I'd still have it in my back pocket. So I think looking ahead
All
here
right.
to the future.
Could be a December game.
We don't know. We don't know.
So you're leaving yourself with an unannounced slot open that you have to fill.
No, that's supposed to go in my unannounced slot. God damn it.
Intergalactic is announced.
Fuck.
That is an announced video game.
I forgot. I forgot how our game works.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In fact, I'm surprised that there
so-
wasn't an entry in there already for Intergalactic.
You were so enveloped
I know.
with the long game that you couldn't even play the short game.
Hey, hang on a second here. Well, if you do pick, no, do we have to pick the 3 unannounced games now, right?
No, you don't
not
have to.
Okay,
necessarily.
because I was
But-
gonna say because you're not able to
Can I-
spend money on bidding on an unannounced game, so that would be another pick that you don't have to spend money bidding on now if you pick an announced game already. Food for
I
thought.
forgot. Listen, I forgot how the rules of our game works. Okay, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're me and your brain slowly.
Don't worry, you're
degrades
fine. You
over
just need to pick
time.
one more unannounced game, preferably early in the year, so before it gets announced.
This is what happens when you're me and your brain never worked to begin with, but what's left is slowly
Yeah.
withering into a sad pile of.
Well, what are you
nothingness.
filling it with there? Kombucha?
All right, Brett.
Nope.
What is your unannounced game pick?
Okay. Well, I don't think if this is coming out this year, it's getting announced tomorrow and releasing December 31st.
Oh my god.
I like that.
Is
I like that
what I
attitude.
think. I don't think this isn't going to be like, we're announcing it and we're shadow dropping it, or like we're announcing it and it's just 3 weeks away. No, this is my I want it to happen just because of sheer curiosity of what could possibly be next for this crazy franchise that they're going to show one image for it and it's going to drive Earth's population to just the apocalypse, and they're not even going to
What?
show like what the like what the presented gender of the main character is, and the internet is going to set itself on fire no matter what happens with the unannounced next numbered Persona game. It's going to be absolutely butt fucking insane. And I think this does have a thing in here, so I'm gonna. Yes, okay.
Persona 6 is
I don't know.
listed as an option, so you can just grab that.
Because they've said that it's in development.
Timeline kind of lines
And
up,
that's
you
it.
know?
It's been Persona 5 is a PS3 game. Persona
God, what?
5
Yep.
is a PS3 game.
Jesus
It just feels more
Christ.
recent because
The
of Royal.
generation.
Yeah.
It's true. But I don't know. I feel like it's time. I feel like at least maybe it's not going to come out, and this is just me, monkeys pawing it into being announced, and that's it. But you know what? I'll take an announcement.
All right. During
Um,
Jafar Night, Alex, you've got
So,
an unannounced
question-
game pick.
question about this. Now, if there is a slot for it in here, and it doesn't say unannounced, or it doesn't have unannounced in its listing, and then it doesn't count as an unannounced?
That means it's been announced somewhere.
Okay. Okay, so I was going, yes, I guess that doesn't count. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, a good example is, so the untitled next Mario Kart is technically considered announced by the system. Even though it hasn't officially been announced, we've seen footage, and so it is therefore announced.
All right. I'm gonna go with the next unannounced Call of Duty.
All right.
Okay. Safe.
I considered that as
That's
well.
a safe bet.
No, did that? Okay. Yeah. The other thing that I was. Oh, no, I did that. I added it to the watch list.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep. Unannounced. Where are you? The other thing that I was thinking of was a game that was a game that's like, what was it? Once again, talking and not being able to do other things at the same time. There we go. The other game that I was thinking about was spiritual successor to Daggerfall. That looked interesting.
Oh, very cool. I heard about that too. Yeah. Okay. So I'm of two minds for this final unlisted game pick. I think there are two franchises that I think probably will get a game this year. The question, neither one of them has announced anything. So I'm going to lean on the one that I think is a little bit more niche because I like Dynasty Warriors games, and I think there will be another Warriors game this year. But Origins just came out. Seems like they're kind of cooling down a little bit. I'm not confident they're going to release one this year for sure. So instead, I'm going to choose the next game by Creative Assembly, which is the Total War developers, because it's been a while. So
Very
I'm going to do
good idea there.
I was going to do Creative Assembly Total War game. So whatever the next Total War is, I think there will be one at least announced this year. Whether or not it actually remains, we'll see. Okay. Now it's time for counter picks, which we each have 3 of.
So, do you get one counter pick because you just picked, and then it goes back?
I should get
2
one now, I believe. I don't think I should get
Okay.
2 in a row. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure how the counter picks work. When we have this many of them, because typically there's only one.
Counterpick. We can or cannot counterpick the unannounced.
You can counterpick whatever you want, and that locks it in. So if you went real risky with the unannounced games, like some of us might have, well, you might get counterpicked. There's a couple of these. I got a tough choice here because I think there's a few things that I don't think will release this year, but I also don't want to be responsible for the point loss if they do. Namely, Intergalactic. I don't think the game's coming out this year.
I'm a fucking moron.
But I don't want to counterpick it because I think it will hurt if I'm wrong. So yeah, I think first I have to take the safe pick that I have and stomp on Brett's parade a little bit and counterpick the Final Fantasy IX remake.
Oh,
it could turn to stomping on yours.
It could turn into stomping on mine. And hey, if a Final Fantasy IX remake gets announced and comes out within the same year, I'll take that point loss.
Like that's the thing. If they manage to fuck that up, there are bigger problems than any of us losing points on this stupid little game that we did. Like Square Enix is no longer,
I deserve
like,
to
run
lose
by
for counterpicking that if it comes out.
If it's bad, oh my god, how do you ruin that?
The game will be very good if it comes out, but I have 0% confidence that is the game they're doing next. I think it's probably going to be either FF6 or something, because they're working on the Dragon Quest games now, aren't they? And that's going to be some of that.
If I lose any points at all on this game, I am 100% confident that it's going to be in the single digits. Dune Awakening is getting counterpicked.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yeah.
Ye of little faith. No, actually, I agree with you there enough. I mostly think I'm going to love that game, and that's why I picked it.
Those are weak words to Jafar.
Let's not be so hasty, my simple-minded friend.
I mean, there's such a flood of information. I feel overstimulated reading all these at the same time. This is like insane. They need to have like pictures next to all of them so I like can actually
Yeah.
internalize what the fuck any of this shit means. Um, I think I am going to counter pair.
Really just considering
This
it.
is the hard part. No, genuinely,
It
this is
is.
the
It
hard
is.
part.
I
'Cause
will
we're
say
all
we each have
choosing
to
what we
counterpick
think.
3 games. We're probably all gonna lose points on at least one of them.
Yeah, everyone's gonna take a loss.
Because I think we have a really good selection, at least to start off this
Yeah.
year. Like this
And
this
Nobody
Everyone's
picked
one, too.
Suicide Squad this year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
No, they picked Dune Awakening instead.
I don't think that game's gonna be that bad.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, this is really hard.
Tough decision.
I-
Tough
I-
decision.
I know. Mm,
Because yeah, I don't think there's any games up here that I'm actively thinking will not do well.
But you have
Which means
to do
I'm
something.
just trying to
How-
minimize. I'm trying to minimize the point loss.
How vague is the next Dungeons and Dragons game allowed to be? How vague?
If it is a
any Dungeons and
Hasbro,
Dragons
if it is
game?
promoted as a,
So
I'm
hang
gonna
on a
say I think
second.
the intent here is not a mobile game, right? Like a
Because-
full.
Not a mobile
Yeah,
game, like,
I'm
like
thinking.
Well,
that
hang
we're
on,
talking a
because
full
there
release.
was a Dungeons and Dragons game that was announced, right? Solasta 2.
That is not.
That's not it,
Dungeon-
no.
I'm saying.
I'm
Dungeons
saying it
and
has to have a
Dragons
Hasbro
setting.
license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solasta 2 is based on 5th edition, so good. And thank you for reminding me that in a year, when we talk about this again, maybe I can try and squeeze points out of it that way. No, I'm kidding. I'm thinking like well, maybe not specifically Forgotten Realms, but like a published D&D setting game rather than system necessarily.
Okay.
Got to be like a Baldur's Gate or a Dark Alliance.
Yeah,
or
like something in the
or like an
Forgotten
Icewind
Realms
Dale.
or something in
Yeah.
like Planescape. If they made a Planescape Torment 2, you'd see me scream on stream, but
I think a lot of people would erupt, like their bodies would spontaneously combust upon
Yeah.
upon a Planescape too. I don't know. I don't necessarily not want it to happen. I just don't. I don't know.
no,
I don't
I
see. I
believe
don't
it.
see.
It's my riskiest for sure.
It's a risk. It's a risk, and now I've just made it riskier, but it's a risk.
Oh, I was trying to take all that time to look at the selection we've got and trying to get at least
It's
one
hard.
one
Yeah.
confident pick, and I feel like I wasn't given enough time.
That's the point.
I should have rambled
okay.
for longer. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was really counting on you, Brett.
I could talk
okay.
about my other batshit unannounced pick.
Okay, I'm gonna pick this not because I think it'll be bad necessarily, but because we haven't seen any gameplay for it yet. And I think that's all we can really go off of in terms of making a confident pick, which means I'm picking Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. We just don't know what it is.
You're just slamming my picks.
And that's genuinely and here's the thing, outside of Insomniac, Marvel games have a rocky history.
Yeah, for sure.
they just do. Who's this even being developed by? Do we know?
I believe so. Is it a new team?
Skydance Interactive. They made Behemoth, Saints and Sinners, Archangel.
So they've made some pretty good stuff.
I'm mostly going based on the fact that this is written by Amy Hennig.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Alex, you shouldn't have told him that, so he locked
know.
himself in and
Save
lost
this information.
points.
He should have waited 5 seconds for him to pick it.
I'll be
and
honest
then
with
say
you,
that,
I
and he'd
thought
be
you already
slamming his
clicked.
forehead in
I
the face.
mean, again, I'm picking from really good picks here, so I think either way I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So just because we don't know what this is, we don't know what kind of game it is, they could announce it as a weird live service thing. We have no fucking clue. It could be a weird strategy. We don't know. So that's the only reason that I'm counterpicking it.
Okay. I think you've all overlooked an obvious counterpick. That, of course, is Steel Hunters.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and I get another. I've got another obvious counterpick, and I think might be doubling up on who I'm bullying here, but I could be wrong. I'm counterpicking Subnautica 2 because I don't think that game's coming out this year.
Really?
I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be good.
That's a risky counterpick.
But right there next to the name, it says not coming out this year.
Oh, for God's sake! Why couldn't you have rambled longer?
Because I had the last counterpick. That's why I had time to think.
Pokemon Z to A. Oh, that's the Legends thing. Okay, so that's not like the mainline Pokemon. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Is that a little sad that we're more excited for the non-mainline Pokemon?
I mean, I'm not excited. I'm not excited for any Pokemon. Full stop. I'm just not. It's just not my thing.
Let me know when they put more Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Guys, could you, Alex? Where are your fucking weird bad picks that would have made this so easy? Come on, man.
It's easier. Come on.
I was relying on you.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to be so embarrassingly far in last place like I was last year. I think that I made some picks from the heart. I just don't think they're as bad as last year. Marvel 1943 is not as risky as Suicide Squad.
Having a real
might
rough
have to
time
just
there.
take the L.
Yeah.
You might have to just take the L and go with what you think you'll lose the fewest points on.
You can't drop out of counter picks, right? You can't back out once you've made one.
No.
For fuck's sake.
You're locked in, baby. Let's go ahead. Just counterpick Avowed for me.
That'd be real funny. As a funny little joke, huh?
What do you kind of pick around for me? Why don't you, Wyatt?
Split Fiction's right here, Wyatt.
I almost want to pick that just to spite you, but that would just
please do.
That's gonna kill you.
That would destroy me. I would never fucking recover.
Wyatt, if you counterpick Split Fiction, there will be nothing left of you but a single ribosome by the end of this year.
Just one ribosome.
See, the great part about this, Wyatt, is you're gonna have to make another one too.
Oh God.
I'm gonna pick KXO because it doesn't have a firm release date. That's literally the only reason. It says 2025 estimated. That's all I got.
It's got gameplay.
Shut the
had
fuck
gameplay
up.
for like 3 years.
Shut the fuck
true,
up.
This is very true. It's not coming out. You're right.
Okay.
All right, Brett.
Yeah.
What variety of point loss are you willing to incur on yourself now?
This is the thing, is that I make a decision to go, okay, I'm going to take that next time. And then I tab out to go do something, and then I come back
Yeah.
and I forget.
Yeah.
It keeps happening.
And it just won't stop.
I know, yeah. I feel like this might be the best job we've done.
Yeah, seriously.
Things.
Seriously.
That there's nothing really that's like, there's not enough that is like obvious doo-doo feces that's going to be like, oh yeah, I gotta pick this one, dude. Holy shit, this is gonna suck. There's not a lot of that at all.
Brett, I'm a little surprised, even though it's an unannounced. I'm kind of surprised you're not picking next Halo game. Is it just because it's in unannounced?
There's too much weird shit around it, because Halo Studios could come out with another $3 Spartan Assault game for the iPhone 17, and then it counts, and I look like a complete moron. I'm not gonna let that happen.
But was Spartan
cut to
Assault
15
good?
minutes from now, and it's my turn again, and I couldn't think of anything else, so I pick it anyway. Oh my god. I'm not doing this because I think it's going to be bad. I think that we have a little more longer to wait. A little more longer to wait. I also think I have a little more longer to learn how to speaketh English language out of my mouth. Um, I don't think I don't think Death Stranding 2 is coming out this year.
Whoa.
I feel like
I
it's going to be
spicy,
a
but I
little
kind
bit
of
longer.
agree.
Whoa.
I'm not sure if it's going to be bad because there's still a lot of people that are on the fence about the first one, right? So
Where are you with the first one? I'm curious if you've ever played it.
I haven't. Here's the thing: I haven't gotten the chance to play it, but I haven't had the feeling like, oh, I need to play. Now I'm in the mood to play Death Stranding right now. I've never been in the mood, but I
I
really want to.
feel like if we don't get news within the first 6 months of the year, it's not going to be out this year.
Mm.
For some reason, I thought we
My
had a date
counter
on that.
pick is going to be another one that no one has scooped up yet for some reason. Another game that's confirmed not coming out. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core.
They have said, the developers have said, early access 2025.
But it's gotta get scores. It's gotta get a score. Remember,
If either of those do come out and get scores, then you're
Well, here's
silly.
the thing: Deep
You're
Rock
silly and
Galactic
foolish.
is a big enough deal because it is so beloved by so many that if it comes out in early access, it's gonna get a score.
Do you want to give him reasons to pick it so he looks like an idiot? Why are you telling him that it's going to be good? You
Because I gotta defend my pick. I gotta defend my boy. God damn it!
I am. Wow, it takes me so long to read things.
So because maybe it's not coming out this year.
You know what?
It's
Why
too late. You can't walk back now.
Why
you have
you have sufficiently scared me enough. I am going to pick Light No Fire as my counter pick.
I think it's relatively safe.
Safe one. That's a safe one, probably.
In terms of release date or reception?
Release date.
Sure. Oh my god, no! It's gonna.
If we get it, dude. If we get
that's like a December game if it comes out this year.
It's yeah, for sure.
If we get another,
we got a lot of atom bombs, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna drop an atom bomb on y'all right now, and immediately counterpick Haunted Chocolatier.
Fair.
It's not coming out. There's no way.
See, I wanted to pick that, but I didn't know enough about what that was.
So Haunted Chocolatier, it's Concerned Ape, the Stardew Valley dev's next game, but he has repeatedly said that he will get to it when he gets to it, and is still updating Stardew Valley. So I don't think that game is going to be this year.
I haven't been following it that closely.
I think it's next year. See, I am following it because I love Stardew Valley, but that gives me the slight edge here to know that it probably will not come out this year.
I was just kind of thinking of games that were of dubious release date, but were going to be really good. So
yeah. Now, the problem is the next pick is much harder. That was the only one I was very confident. And I think everything else on this list, I think, will do pretty well. My soul is telling me to pick Ace Combat 8, but my soul also won't let me, because if that game comes out, I can't be rooting against it no matter what.
True.
So I can't pick that one. I do think, despite everything going on, I don't think Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core is going to get a score.
Okay.
I think it will release. I don't think it will get a score.
All right.
And I hope I don't lose because of doing this.
You do realize if it does come out, you're fucked, right?
Well, see,
if
I don't know
score,
if I'd be.
You're fucked.
I don't know if I'd be as fucked as if I'd chosen something else here.
You're underestimating Ghost Ship Games, my friend. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're all.
But the last big beloved team to release a roguelike was Heart Machine with Hyperlight Breaker, and that was
experience. That's different. You can't compare the two.
Serious.
You can't compare the two because
I can't
Breaker
compare these two beloved indie game devs.
Is so separate from everything else that they've done. A roguelike, in terms of the world of Deep Rock Galactic, actually is pretty in line, I would say.
You keep telling yourself that, Wyatt. You keep telling yourself that.
It's gonna be great.
Will.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Alex, what's your final counter pick?
I'm squeezing my brain so hard to think. It's been taking a while. There's so many things. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely not going to come out. But if it is, I'm dead. I'm dead. You hear me? I'm dead. No recovering. There's an unfortunate lot of games like this.
Don't worry about it. Just pick that Untitled next Mario Kart game. Just it's right there.
I definitely think I'm not going to be doing that one. I think I'm. Yeah.
Alex, doesn't it make you angry? Doesn't it make you angry that somebody else picked a Professor Layton game? Wouldn't you want to be angry at them and counterpick it so when it doesn't come out, I'm stuck with it?
Because it's 2025, and I'm too
That's
hopeful in my
debatable.
heart. I don't have Brett. I get angry at almost literally every little thing that goes wrong in my life. I have no room to get angry at other people.
Don't you want to be able to do something about it for once? Wouldn't that feel great?
No
You sure about
cementing
that?
that it's not going to come out. Yeah, I hope it comes out. I hope you get a lot of points from it, and I hope I get to enjoy it on not the Switch 2. I really, really hope they don't make it a Switch 2 exclusive. That would suck. Because I don't want to have to buy an entirely new console for one game. Because I would.
Because you would do it.
Yeah. Let's. I was looking at a game and I was about to click it, and I hit my scroll wheel and I can't find it anymore.
There's a really easy one I'm surprised nobody's done yet, but
Oh
I
my
can't do it because it's
God.
mine.
It better not be mine. I'm staring at one going, how is no one picking this?
Oh God, you know what? I think I am gonna pick the atom bomb from Brett. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna counterpick Pokemon Legends.
Really?
That wasn't even what I was considering.
That's a spicy pick there, Alex.
Oh,
It could not come out.
Are they not made by the
Could
same team as the mainline Pokemon game people?
I think they are, but I don't know much about Pokemon. People are pretty hopeful for Legends, I would say.
They're pretty hopeful, but they're the dev cycle for that team is so absolutely insanely just bad.
But it's been a
Has
while,
been
right? They've
bad.
let it sit
It's
for
been
a
a
long
while,
time.
but I don't know. That's your decision to make.
It's why do you guys find it so easy to make me double think things or rethink? Oh my God,
I think you should do it.
And you've said so many other things tonight with hate in your heart for me.
I will be devil's advocate here with you, Alex. That last Pokemon game was iffy. I liked it, but
oh God, there's no way I can pick AZ now.
Not after Alex recommends picking it.
I meant the main line. The Legends, I like that one.
Yeah,
I
which
don't
is
know
the
why
problem because it's a Legends game, right? Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got it in the
It's
title.
a Legends game.
Will it come out in 2025 though?
That's the thing. It's not the atom bomb that you think it's going to be. That's not what I was insinuating was going to be one of the atom bombs.
Oh well, I'll ask what it is after I pick it because I can literally not think of anything else right now, so I'm just gonna.
Brett, don't you dare take this one.
Oh my God. There we go.
Don't make me rethink this.
Okay. What was the other thing you were thinking of?
I can't say because I can't pick it because it's one of my games.
Okay. I'm not picking that one then.
Now I'm curious which one you think is really a problem.
Yeah, I know. Now I have no idea what you're talking about either.
You're probably talking about Wolverine or something. I don't know.
Perhaps.
That's my backup if you pick the one I'm going to pick.
I think that it might get announced this year. I don't know if it will come out this year. And I feel like we are due for maybe something else before this comes out. And just scroll at the bottom here. Um, oh, um,
I'm so
is
curious.
it? Oh no, never mind, never mind. Uh, I I feel like we might get a Code Veronica remake before we
Really?
see Resident Evil 9, which those are not the same thing. I'm not that the Code Veronica coming out does not get you the points for Resident Evil 9.
Like
I don't
I'm
think
not
at
saying it
all.
does, but I
uh,
don't think Code Veronica remakes next because Capcom said a couple of times that they don't want to do remakes the whole time.
it's just true, and that's it's this is
You
this
want
is
to roll them
risky
dice,
business.
Brett?
But
Be my guest.
even if they do it next, who knows if it's coming out this year? And me picking it right now means it's coming out December 29th
Perfect.
and gets 110. And I
Absolutely.
get negative 1 million points and die in real life. But that's what I think.
Ugh.
Fart machine.
the okay, so okay.
You people keep draining me of willpower and fluids.
I've been so back and forth on
Shut
Marvel's
up.
Wolverine ever since we started counterpicks. Genuinely. Not because I think it's going to be a bad game, because Insomniac literally never misses. Their track record staggering. And
But that's why it's an atom bomb. It's a demon
How hard
killer.
do you want to roll them dice?
because it's going to be good. I think most of us here are confident if that game comes out this
Oh,
year,
yeah.
it's going to be a great game.
But it doesn't have a release date.
It doesn't have a release date. I don't know if I'm 100% certain that it will come out this year, because we only got an announcement last year. Typically, especially with big PlayStation AAA stuff, these take time. The fact that you're coaxing me into voting for it makes me not want to vote for it. But that
I
might
have
be
no extra information. I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, but then he could be doing some Jafar-esque mind games.
Also note, Wyatt, I'm on your side here. Unannounced Dungeons and Dragons game, those games have a terrible track record aside from Larian.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
but it's so vague that
But it's vague.
anything good could slip in the cracks there. That's the
But
thing.
it's gonna be the first one. So the first, at least Alex, what I'm considering is your intent here is that it is a console/PC game,
Yeah,
right? Not a mobile game.
I'll be honest with you, I have not even considered the possibility of mobile games until you said so.
Yeah, so we're not going to include mobile games in this estimation. It's got to be a console or PC game.
Part of me wants to go the Persona 6 route, because that's such a far off. But if it does come out, I'm fucked.
Is it far off though? 'Cause it's been like 5 years. I will also say Splatoon, historically, not the highest score. Does decently for a Nintendo, but not amazing.
I'll play devil's advocate. Not devil's advocate. I don't know. I'll agree with you on my own there. I didn't like Splatoon 3 that much. I think they're getting worse.
Also, Mecha Break, free-to-play game. May not even get scored.
Yeah, but that game was good.
It was really fun, but does that equate to review scores?
Also, if it's free to play, what kind of monetization?
Because that's the missing thing. We had a good time in that that early.
It could be a good
test.
game with just the most abhorrent, god awful microtransactions.
Because we could have another Gundam Evolution.
Many such cases. Yeah.
See, I like the suggestions, but also I feel like everyone's coaxing me into a trap. that's the thing.
Well, I'm counting picking one of yours, so I'm just saying shit.
One of mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No. I'm actually kind of. I thought people. Okay. I thought people were gonna go easy because I goofed and give me a freebie, but that's not happening clearly. Alex W is out for blood this time.
Yeah.
Look, I cannot lose as bad as I lost last year.
He's willing to scoop up my genuine mistake and make me feel even worse for the.
Oh no, that's not actually the one, but
for
that
the,
one's.
I don't know. I'm not convinced that game's not coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm too scared that game will release this year to pick that one.
Just when I think you people can't even suck the life out of me even more, my eyes have started to leak now. I'm losing even more fluids because of you.
This is like watching like filibuster footage from Congress. This is what this is probably like for anybody watching right now. This is like watching that one senator like recount the entirety of the story and deep lore of Star Wars just so like some bill can't be passed. So everybody gets bored and leaves.
Oh god, stupid fucking Ted Cruz reading Green Eggs and Ham.
I hope you appreciate how much time I'm giving you here, Alex, to decide.
Oh, I've already got mine.
Okay, shut up.
I'm thinking about X-Men now because we're talking about Wolverine.
Why?
Oh my god. I hope you appreciate the time I'm giving you. Oh, I already picked. What the fuck?
My god, dude.
Savage.
Right. Just because it's a studio that I'm not familiar with. It's free to play. We don't know what kind of monetization we're going with. We don't know what the whole game is like.
Fuck you.
We'll go with Mecha Break. And especially because it's pissing off Alex, and that's pretty cool.
That game was good.
It was good, but that does not mean it's going to score well.
You're right. That's fair enough.
Oh my god,
I'm with Wyatt on that one, despite how much I enjoyed that game.
I'm really surprised nobody else has counterpicked this. And the talk of Marvel's Wolverine has me tempted, but I love X-Men too much. I'm gonna pick, as much as I really want this game to be good, and I think I will likely enjoy it, but I'm not sure about the scoring. I'm picking Tales of the Shire as my last counter pick. I think there's a chance that game gets 6s, you know?
Oh.
That's a fair pick. I think that is relatively fair. Wouldn't have done it myself because I want that game to be really good. But
yeah, well, it was that or Wolverine, and I want Wolverine more.
Is that from the Moria people?
The game. The game.
No, it's from Weta, I believe. Bizarrely, I think it's Weta Workshop is doing Tales of the Shire.
Have they made a game before?
I don't know.
But here's the thing. Just because they haven't made a game before does not mean that a visual
doesn't mean it won't be
company,
good.
If you remember,
Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yes, thank you.
Game that you were thinking of.
Yes, thank you. Originally by Ember Lab, who was a animation studio beforehand, and it was very good. It was very, very good.
Yeah, totally. It could be that type of situation. We'll see
if
that's how it turns out.
I just want to say, there's a river of sweat running down my back right now. That's how difficult these counter picks were.
Yep.
This is like the in the Oppenheimer movie when he's sitting at the table with all the people doing his private biased as fuck hearing or whatever before the actual court. That's what it started to feel like towards the end there.
I feel like I'm beginning to feel like I can't believe I'm making this comparison. Mark Zuckerberg during all those fucking hearings where he was awkwardly sipping the water.
It looks like a lizard.
Yeah.
He's like talking to a bunch of people that have never heard of the internet before about like basic functions of a website.
Yeah, I was like, when was I gonna think I was sitting here on Mark Zuckerberg's side? But these people are like asking him like, so you have access to my email?
It's just like, yeah, you need to that's how you sign up to any website does it's just like normal.
People asking if TikTok accesses the internet.
Yes.
Now does that connect to my home Wi-Fi network?
It would be someone in that accent.
Are you insane, dude? Oh my god.
Anyway, video games.
Yeah, well, it's done.
I'm tired.
We did it. Some games still need to be moved into their correct positioning, but I think everything looks pretty good. on our end. Wyatt will just have to get Intergalactic linked to the actual thing for Intergalactic.
Can I do that? How does that work?
I can do that from here. There's like a link game option.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I don't know what I was thinking. I got so lost in my own stupid sauce.
Remember to add your unannounced game.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what?
What stupid sauce, Wyatt?
Well, here's the thing. If everyone can be cool about it and not, can you counterpick an unannounced like thing? Does that even?
Yeah.
Or not counterpick, but like,
Yeah.
Can someone swoop in and pick it before I do?
Yes.
If I explain it to you right now.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Hold on.
So you're gonna grab your unannounced game
It's
first.
fine.
I'm not. I'm not.
I think
Because here's the
every
thing,
single one of us is fine with you doing that right now. You don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. How does it work if I'm bidding? I don't see like an option to like type in an unannounced thing anywhere.
You should be able to just do unlinked game.
Because there's show my. It wasn't where it was before. There's show my watch list and. Oh boy, this is.
Yeah,
It's make a bid,
Oh.
and then you should just be able to put in an unlinked thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna say what it is for the sake of the episode.
Yeah, gentleman's agreement. No one else will pick this. This
Okay.
is why it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I suspect that either something will be announced or released this year, but again, I'm thinking also into next year. An unannounced follow up to God of War in some way, whether that's like a solo Atreus game that has
Ooh.
I just heard
been
rumor.
that's been rumored and talked about, or some sort of follow up. I think because I don't think it would be fair to say next Santa Monica game. I think that's too vague, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do I just type it in here?
Well, actually, I am okay with you just saying the next game by Santa Monica Studios. That is fine to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're naming a specific studio. I think that is enough to cement it being an option.
I was really considering, instead of the D&D one, and I really should have gone for it instead. I was going to say unannounced game from Owlcat, who made the Pathfinder games.
But that was kind of recent. Like they're still doing DLC
Yeah,
for that, so I don't know that they're going to release something this year.
Would it
I think that,
would it be fair to say for this case that it has to be a new game? Like, because you're thinking like a new thing. Like it can't. Like if they just release a fucking port collection.
Yeah.
Of
Unannounced
all
game
the
has
God of
to
War
be
games. That's not.
unless
New
you
game.
say it's a port. It's got to be a new game.
I'm not going
Like-
to say a port. I'm going to say a new game.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I will get that in there.
I think the
Probably-
only like publisher where we have to be really specific with that is Nintendo, because Nintendo releases so many things and they have so many
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
units.
Like if I said the next Sony game or PlayStation game, that'd be
Yeah,
way too
that's-
broad.
then it's too broad. But
That's fair.
saying like it's specifically a Santa Monica studio game, I think is totally fair. All right, well, we did it. We have the whole list coming. Our upcoming releases: Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out in 2 days. So we'll see. I'm
less
sure.
than 10.
I'm
Early points.
going into an early lead.
Yeah, reviews are probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. So
They may
very
even,
quick swoop
I'm almost
to get this
surprised
in
we aren't seeing them right now.
as this is coming. And yeah, we got a bunch of games coming up. I'll be really curious to see how this league evolves over the course of the year. And as always, we'll give updates in the regular podcast occasionally as to who's in the lead and whatnot. But so far, I do just want to point out once again, I am projected to be in first.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know how
what are
they
you
can
gonna-
project some
Buddy.
of those numbers, though.
Ryan, what
It's
are you gonna
entirely
do if you-
nonsense math.
What happens if you just keep winning over and over and over again?
Oh, I become more like a JRPG final boss, and I finally get to steal your essence. That's
At
Look
one
at
point,
me,
do
Ryan.
you, like,
Look
mutate
I
into
have no
something-
essence to steal.
Unrecognizable.
I think that's if I win this one, right? Because this is the stage 2 of the JRPG boss. We need to hit stage 3, right?
Oh god.
That's
This
when it
is
becomes
where your lower
unrecognizable.
half rips off and like a
I
scorpion,
grow, like, 3
a
wings,
snake,
you know,
and
out
a
of
chimera
random
tail
arms.
comes out. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You start to form into Yggdrasil itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the
I
draft.
think this ends when we just break off and form our own part. our own podcast, our own list here, and
so when next year I inevitably have to do the same thing and just restrict myself from winning by picking bizarre things intentionally. Because that worked one time.
Brett and Wyatt win again, tying.
Tying again, and we have the craziest league ever.
I think I'd be more pissed that I would tie with a win twice instead of just getting my own victory.
Yeah, seriously. Like, are we in that much of a fucking destiny loop that's gonna happen? Like, are you kidding me? Are we fated to do this over and over again?
Like, we're live, dying, and repeating. Okay. So that was the draft. We're done. Anyone got shout-outs they want to give? Alex, raise your hand.
I feel like a century egg and my eyes are being pushed into my skull.
Is that your shout out? Or
maybe I need to take you to the distant, colorful valleys of China to bury you where you most desire?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, who's next?
I'll go next. So after 5 years of service and me attempting to keep this thing in as good of a condition as possible for a possible resale value, my phone has finally cracked under the weight. I'm trying to get it in good light so you can see. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's shattering.
Miraculously, my cameras still work. Like, all the cracks were around the actual camera housings and not the actual lenses themselves.
Did you ever put a case on that thing?
Yes, I had a case and a glass screen protector on this for all 5 years of this thing's life, and it finally just ate shit.
Hard enough to break the back. Yep.
In the parking lot of a local gardener supply store.
Perfect.
So yeah, someone play taps on the trumpet, and we'll see how long I can ride this out.
Right, Brett or Alex, you got something?
I probably got one.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm gonna shout out because I don't think I did this last week, but I was playing it then. Shout out to this game that came out like 5 years ago or some shit. I don't even know. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
Great game.
Oh, hell yeah.
The second in their Pathfinder series. Really, really good. Kingmaker's also great. And I have their Warhammer 40k game. I have not played past the intro, so I can't give a review on that one, but it seems good.
Sweet.
But go play.
Right, you were ready.
So as a part of my plastic addiction, I've been branching out to other laced forms of plastic to get my fix because just the regular kind isn't good enough anymore. And I I dabbled in AliExpress because I was told that this is the way to get this thing. It is called the Zarov by the Chic Mainland Company, and I'll put a picture somewhere. And the plastic quality and build finish is better than Bandai. It is better than any official Gunpla model kit that I've ever built. It's better than Kotobukiya, better than anything. And I don't know how they did it, but you can grab this thing by the foot and swing it around your whole body, and the pose doesn't change because the joints are so tight. And then when you want to move them, you just bend them. So Bandai Namco, with your infinite money printing machine, why don't you start doing a good job for once and catch up to China, who clearly has superior plastic manufacturing skills? I don't know what's going on here, but this shit's peak.
Don't ever build a Warhammer model. You'll feel the exact opposite.
Yeah, I don't want to. I know.
You're really just put into perspective how much more Bandai does than Games Workshop. All right. Well, I have a special one. I got my ears stabbed. You can kind of see it. I got little piercings now.
Nice.
So rocking those. They're hidden most of the time on the computer, but they're there and they're nice. They're fun. Yeah, it was a fun time. It was a cool, like, Vatican Church themed piercing place. Very fun.
See, live out where cool shit is like that.
Look, California, we got some fun stuff over here.
Come to the Midwest, we've got snow.
That's what I
The
figured.
flame
Yeah.
that comes out of a factory across the street from me.
Oh, we have flame that comes from the trees. So- that does happen over here.
Oh shit.
Over where I am, we have flames that come from crashes.
All right. And on that
Peace.
note, that's the end of the show. As always, we'll catch you next week, Tuesdays. Is it Twitch, YouTube, everywhere, podcast platforms.
Is the song playing right now?
Yeah, it's playing. You just can't hear it.
Oh, it
because
is?
I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay.
Yeah.
Voices.
I wasn't entirely sure. Thank you, Internet. Good night.